Hi, my name is Henry Li. I'm a Chinese painting teacher. I would like to introduce myself. Here is my story. I was born to a common Chinese family. My father and mother are both teachers. They have no training in art. When I was 7 years old, the Great Cultural Revolution starts, and my family was devastated. My father was sent to labor camp, where he met a roommate named Zhang Zhenying. Teacher Zhang was a high school art teacher. So my father and Mr. Zhang become good friends after the labor camp experience. And I became his private student in 1974 when I was 14 years old. I witnessed how the Chinese painting has helped him to recover from the trauma in the Cultural Revolution. So my first impression of Chinese painting comes from my teacher. My teacher taught me some secrets or tips about the Chinese painting techniques, as well as the feeling and mood of it, which cannot be learned in books. And they are not taught in schools. So both my teacher and me had a mission when we started together, that we have to carry on this tradition, even though it was banned in the official galleries or exhibition halls. So even after the Cultural Revolution, we kept the mission, the relationship with me, with my teacher. Even when I went to United States, come to United States in the mid-80s, my teacher still kept correspondence with me. And here's one of the letters he sent to me. And with the letter, he sent me some little paintings I like to share with you. This is a rhododendron flower with bees. There's another one. Here's another one with hydrangeas and a bird. His wish expressed in his letter is that I would help to continue the heritage of this Chinese art and spread the words about Chinese painting in the rest of the world, in the Western world. My teacher Zhang Zhenying died in 1995 as one of the 4 masters in Nanjing, my hometown. So I'm very privileged and lucky to have Professor Zhang as my first art teacher. As a student, I have learned that how important a teacher is in the students' pursuit of art. My art skill has progressed tremendously with help of Mr. Zhang in my high school years. And only 1 year after studying with him, I won a first place award in a provincial juried show at the age of 15. And the work was published in the local newspaper here, you can see. When I become a college student in 1977 by passing the first college entry exam after the Cultural Revolution ended in 1976. So my major was in archaeology and ancient Chinese art history. I was so amazed by the things our ancestors created. By looking at the beautiful arts in museums, I got inspiration to paint just like them. So this is my second heritage or source of inspiration. that is the 1,000 years of art history and artifacts. I hope, this is only my hope, that one day, or maybe 50 years from now, my art will carry the message to the later generations. My third source of inspiration comes from my teaching. I have learned a lot from my students. As Confucius said, the teacher and the student are inter-helpful with each other. So the third source of my inspiration is from teaching. As I mentioned earlier, I regard the achievements of humankind in the art history as the second nature of inspiration. The first nature is, of course, our life today. So I've been inspired by travel in the landscapes in the United States, both in the Northwest, where I lived for 10 years, and also in the Southwest. I have lived more than 10 years now. Also, I like to watch, observe nature in my backyard. So painting live flowers or landscape is very important in my development of art. Another source of my inspiration is from other artists. I'm a learner, and I have been and will be forever, as long as I live. Just like the Chinese saying, to live, to learn. When I look at a new idea or thought by other artists, or some new tips saw on YouTube, I cannot wait to try them myself. I also learn from sister art disciplines like watercolorists in the US and in other countries, and also sommelier artists in Japan and in the United States. New materials and techniques have played a big role in my style of art, in the development of my paintings. I have personally involved in the design and development of some new brushes with my brushmaking friends in China, and some new paper I developed with the paper makers in China. I even have my own brand name on some special brushes, like piston filler water brushes you can see from our website. It is important to keep an open mind to the technology. That is an important element or factor in the development of art. It makes each period different from the other. That makes today's artist different from the past. In the technology era that we have, the computers, the video cameras, the digital cameras, even cell phone, all help to capture the inspirations in our life. So I always got excited with new technology. I'm a very technical person, so to speak. That makes some difference with other traditional artists. Finally, my source of inspiration is my family. My wife, Victoria, she's a writer, Chinese writer and a poet, that inspired me to paint something that she expressed in her writings. Also, her good taste in art has shaped my painting in a great deal. My daughter Amy is also a very inspirational young artist in my family. She's a gifted art student studying art in college now. I watched her painting since a little kid. Painting is very spontaneous and inspirational. And lastly, my mother-in-law, Professor Chen, she is a retired college professor. She has kept mental health and physical well-being by practicing calligraphy every morning. And this atmosphere greatly influenced my art. In short, my sources of inspirations, namely my teacher, studying art history, the beauty of nature, my artist friend, the new materials, and my family, all contribute to how I paint my painting. How it even tells me what to paint, what brush and color to use, and how to compose the painting. Most importantly, when to stop. Your experience or your sources of life inspirations will determine your paintings. So everybody has their own sources of inspirations. Therefore, everybody's painting will look different. The more sources of inspiration you explore, the more unique your art would be. So don't stop just what you have learned. Keep learning and exploring. To make a metaphor, Chinese art or Chinese painting is like good food in the banquet of world art that you haven't tried it. So before you test it, you don't know the wonder of it, the marvel of it. It's never too late to give it a try. Finally, I like to mention that all I have talked today are outside the painting itself. In my class, I will go step by step in detail to show you how to do a specific subject matter like the four gentlemen, the bamboo, orchid, plum, and the chrysanthemum, as well as landscapes and animals in a very detailed and instructional manner. So we'll focus on the technical aspect of Chinese painting in our class. I'll see you.